The phones are ringing, voices are rising, deadlines scream from every direction, and yet, in the middle of the storm, one man stands completely still. His eyes don't flinch, his breath doesn't break. It's as if chaos bends around him, instead of through him. Most people mistake this for weakness, but what if stillness is not surrender? What if it's strategy? Because the one who stays calm wins the war no one else even sees. Every argument, every crisis, every heartbreak, the loudest one loses first, and the quiet one? He becomes unshakable. We live in a world addicted to noise and opinions, anger, panic. Everyone wants to be heard, but no one learns to listen, and that's why most people break when life gets loud. But those who master calm don't just survive the chaos, they control it. They lead without shouting, they win without fighting, and they walk through fire without being burned. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the calmest person in the room is always the most powerful one. The chaos trap. Every second, something demands your attention. A message, a headline, a problem that isn't even yours. We scroll, we react, we explode, and before we realize it, our emotions are no longer ours. They belong to everyone else. That's the trap. Modern life feeds on your reactions. Every argument, every click, every outrage keeps you distracted, exhausted, and predictable. When you lose your calm, you give away control. It's like handing your steering wheel to a stranger and hoping they don't crash. They drive your day, your thoughts, your peace. And the more you chase control through noise, the more control you lose through reaction. But what if silence was your armor? What if calm wasn't retreat, but a weapon sharper than rage? Because in a world built to provoke you, stillness is rebellion, calm is not weakness. There's a kind of calm that hides fear, and another that commands it. Fake calm is silence on the surface while the storm rages inside. True, calm is when even the storm obeys you. The Stoics understood this long before us. They taught one timeless truth: control what you can, ignore what you can't. Everything else is noise. When Rome was burning and chaos tore through the empire, Emperor Marcus Aurelius didn't shout orders or blame fate. He wrote in his journal. He reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And while others panicked, he led with reason. Not rage. That's not weakness. That's power few ever master. So the question becomes, if calm is strength and emotion is fire, how do we reach that level of inner power? The mirror of reaction. Every conflict is a mirror. It doesn't reveal who they are. It reveals who you are when tested. In those moments, intelligence doesn't matter. Control does. When someone tries to provoke you, they're not proving their strength. They're exposing their weakness. Their goal is simple: to drag you into their storm. Because once you react, they win. Picture a soldier standing in a raging storm. Lightning flashes, wind screams, others around him shout, panic, and abandon their post, but he stays firm, unmoved, because he knows the storm can't last forever. But his discipline can. Every argument, every insult, every emotional ambush is that storm, and calm is your shelter. But there's something even more dangerous than anger, something that can destroy your peace long before the first word is spoken. The enemy within. The loudest enemies aren't outside. They live inside your head. Fear whispers that you'll fail. Overthinking turns small worries into endless wars, and together, they destroy your calm before the world even tries. Most battles are lost long before they begin, not on the battlefield, but in the mind. Because when your thoughts control you, you fight shadows instead of reality. But the one who learns to master his mind needs no army. His thoughts obey him. His emotions follow his command. That's the heart of Stoicism. Peace through discipline, strength through control. If you believe inner peace is strength, subscribe to Stillness and Steel, because calm minds build unshakable lives. But even the strongest mind faces storms, moments when the world collapses. And calm is the only thing that stands between order and chaos. When everything falls apart, imagine this. You lose your job. Someone you trusted betrays you. Everything you built starts to crumble, slowly, then all at once. Most people panic. They shout, they blame, they drown in, "Why me?" But the Stoic doesn't. He breathes. He steps back from the wreckage and observes it in silence, because he remembers the words of Epictetus. You can't control the world, only how you respond to it. So instead of reacting, he reflects. Instead of breaking, he bends between and survives. This isn't denial, it's clarity. Because calm doesn't change the storm, it changes you inside it. And when you respond with calm, something incredible happens. The world that once seemed against you starts moving in rhythm with your peace. The power shift. Something remarkable happens when you refuse to react. The balance of power quietly shifts. In every argument, negotiation, or crisis, the calmer person always leads, because emotions are contagious. When one person stays steady, the other eventually follows. Watch a skilled negotiator. He doesn't rush, doesn't raise his voice. He lets silence do the heavy lifting, and soon, the other side bends to his rhythm. Or look at an athlete moments before the final move. Crowds roar. Pressure builds, but the calm one moves with precision, because control of emotion means control of action. When you master your response, you master the situation. Every second of composure buys you clarity, and clarity wins battles chaos never could. But calm isn't just control, it's transformation, the energy of stillness. Calm isn't emptiness, it's focus, the kind that cuts through chaos like light through fog. When your mind is still, it doesn't shut down, it sharpens. Every thought becomes clear, every decision becomes deliberate. That's why the calm thinker sees what the restless one misses. Because while noise scatters energy, stillness gathers it. Look at still water. It reflects the entire world with perfect clarity. But the moment it's disturbed, everything blurs. Your mind works the same way. The quieter it becomes, the more it reveals. That's the hidden energy of calm. It amplifies your awareness, your creativity, your influence. It turns confusion into vision and hesitation into purpose. And when you learn to hold that kind of stillness, you don't just see the world clearly, you start to shape it, and that reflection reveals your true power. Calm is a weapon. Calm is not just peace, and it's power disguised as silence. When you stay calm, no one can manipulate you, because control depends on reaction. And when you stop reacting, their control ends. In every argument, the one who loses composure loses direction, but the one who breathes, listens, and waits silently rewrites the rules. Calm disarms chaos. It confuses those who rely on drama to dominate. They expect anger. They expect defense. But when you give them stillness, they face a mirror and see their own noise. That's why calm people are dangerous. They fight wars without raising a hand. They lead without forcing control. They win without needing validation. Because calm turns conflict into understanding and pressure into power. But only a few ever master it completely. The Stoic warrior. Picture a battlefield, not of soldiers, but of emotions. Fear clashes with pride. Anger meets anxiety. And in the middle of it all stands the Stoic, unshaken, unmoved. Every breath he takes is deliberate. Every silence he holds is power. The world provokes him, mocks him, dares him to lose control, but he doesn't, because he knows the battle isn't out there, it's inside. He doesn't fight with fists or fury. He fights with stillness. He doesn't react, he observes. He doesn't panic, he calculates. And that's the secret most never learn. Calm isn't born, it's trained. Every moment you pause before reacting, every time you choose silence over chaos, you sharpen your weapon. True strength doesn't roar, it breathes, it watches, it endures. You don't need to shout to show power, you need only stillness. And when you learn that, the world can no longer break you. True calm isn't escape, and it's domination of self. It's the quiet power that decides what deserves your energy and what doesn't. Because your calm is your greatest weapon, it turns every storm into silence, every attack into understanding, every moment of pressure into proof of strength. The world doesn't need louder voices, it needs steadier ones. So guard your peace, train your calm, and when life tries to shake you, let your stillness remind it who's really in control. Comment below. What moment tested your calm the most? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to Stillness and Steel.